All right, welcome back to Game Time. This is episode 3, Muskets and Tomahawks, and we're on to part 3, the full game, 400 points. Joining me today is Roy Scaife over here on your right side. You can't see him, or you can see parts of him. And he's going to be playing the British today. And on the British table here, we've already got some initial deployment started. So there's 6 Rangers over here, another unit of 6 Rangers. There's 8 British Grenadiers coming down the road with the British regular officer, a British regular unit of 10 over here, and then 10 more British regulars over here that are Highlanders, and we've given them the marksman trait. So if you recall from the previous video, Grenadiers are elite, and we've given marksman to the Highlanders. So great. Thanks for joining me today, Roy.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And then on the left side of your camera over here is John Lance, back on the show, Mr. Popularity here with his X-Wing quickie, but he's going to be playing the French today. On the French side here, we have some French Marines coming across the ford over here, a unit of French regulars, 10, coming over the bridge with their officer behind, a unit of 8 Canadian militia, which are also courrier de bois, which gives them the native trait that makes them better when they're in terrain and taking a reaction test, 6 Indians over here behind the forest, and 10 more regulars crossing the ford.
Vive la France!
Vive la France! Thanks for coming on the show again, John. And the Game Time trio is here. Myself, I'm going to pull the cards and just add useless commentary throughout the rest of the game. To keep things simple, because we are going to cover side plots for today, we're going to do an engagement on both sides, which essentially means that each side is trying to do 2/3 casualties to the other. And so for the British, they're trying to kill 30 Frenchmen. For the Frenchmen, they're trying to kill 28 of His Majesty King's lovely forces here in America. So anyways, on to that. I'm going to have each, Roy and John, explain what the side plots are. And if you recall from part 2, each officer on each side here, one officer, and there's only one on each side, rolls a side plot, which is a kind of an extra objective on top of the game. So let's start with Roy explaining his side plot.
Sounds good. I rolled number 26, Protector of his Homeland. It says, choose a building on the table more than 12 inches away from the table edge. If your officer ends the game within that building without any enemy model also occupying the building, I have fulfilled the conditions of the side plot. We have one building. It's more than 12 inches away, so I shall choose the building in the middle of the table.
It was a tough decision there, bro.
Yeah. I like those decisions.
So many options. I don't know what to do.
So for the French, we rolled a 13, which is Oath. This side plot is your officer swore to his men that he would bring them back safely and unharmed. Choose a non-officer unit. If that unit has not lost more than half its starting number of figures at the end of the game, you fulfilled the conditions of your side plot. So I'm going to choose the unit that's bearing our colors.
Bearing your colors. We'll call that a big fat target. All right, sweet. And great, so we've all got our beers together, so good luck, gentlemen. Cheers. Cheers. Woohoo! You managed to keep your coaster on the whole time. Beautiful.
Targaryen.
Show off. Fucking Frenchman over there showing off. Anyways. Great, so we're all ready to start. So we got the deck over here, and we're just gonna start flipping cards and making the magic happen. So first card comes up. We got British Irregulars, a single action, and for those of you at home, British Irregulars are going to be the Ranger units here. Both Ranger units at strength of 6 figures each. Get out of Roy's way.
Strength of 6, moving 6.
Excellent. So moving the 6 inches. As you recall, each of the models move individually here and suffer terrain penalties individually. Roy's also making use of the handy little cardboard cutouts we did at 6 inches, 4 inches, and 8 inches, which is a double. Well, if you use 2 actions for a regular card, that'll get you your 2 movements. And then 12 inches, which 12 inches is pretty critical because anything over 12 suffers a minus in shooting. So some handy templates to have. Great, so Roy has finished his actions for his irregulars, and remember each card gives a single action to any of that unit type, so it's not one action for all irregulars, and pick one unit and take that one action. It's all the irregular units get 1 action each. Alright, next card, woo! French irregulars. So very even.
So we got Canadian militia over here. We have a movement of 6 on them. So I'll start moving them up. We shall fill in the ranks.
Okay, that's good.
We'll keep them in the woods.
And because they're scouts, they don't take the movement penalty for going into the woods. I guess it's worth noting at this point that we're treating the woods here as kind of light woods, so we're going to treat it as light cover and not dense cover, just for the purposes of this game. But I think most of the time we'll treat it as dense cover, but just for today, to give the regulars a bit of a chance here against the irregulars, we'll treat it as light cover. Excellent. French Marines. Hey, they crossed a ford. That's kind of marine-y, right?
There you go. See, there's water involved.
They've gone into the woods to fashion themselves a new boat. Excellent. So, French irregulars completed. Excellent. The French forward boys card. So, the officer gets a single action he can use for himself, or he can pass it to a unit of the same type within 6 inches, which is just the regulars on the bridge.
So we'll pass it to the regulars on the bridge.
Excellent. Okay.
And they'll move their 4 inches.
4 inches. They put this nice slant on the front of it. Screw that. We're French. Straight out the side.
The officer has passed it.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Yeah. All right. Excellent. Moving on to French Indians. 1 action.
The Indians, I believe, move 6.
6 inches. Yeah.
Back to the 6.
And they also, they're scouts, so they ignore the movement penalties from the difficult terrain there, which is the forest.
Push them up.
Straight through it. Alrighty. Moved. Flipping the next card, British irregulars. Rumble in the jungle.
Rumble in the jungle.
We're treating that as all one contiguous woods. So,
okay.
Alright, next card. British irregulars, 1 action. Excellent. We have a double. I'm seeing double. Rangers are on the move. They're thirsty for blood. Thirsty for blood. Get to the woods. Further in the woods, or take a minus. Well, you can see if you can spot the unit. You might be able to spot
Let's
them.
do that. That is an excellent idea.
All right, so
let me measure.
we got some Rangers in the woods. And your spotting is going to be in light cover, since that's what we're treating it as. It starts at 36 inches, but you have irregulars in the woods as a -1, makes it 24 inches. And I think that's it. So, yeah, you can see them for sure. So we got the regular, or the Rangers here are going to shoot at the French Marines over here in the woods. Of course, you're going to take the light cover penalty. So let's work out the shooting. So the shooting characteristic. So first thing we do is we throw some smoke in the woods there to indicate that they're all firing.
2 bales of smoke, it appears.
Bales of smoke. All right, so we got 6 guys. Their shooting characteristic is a 4+.
They're a 4.
So let's go through the modifiers.
So shooting at long range.
It was at long range, so anything over 12 inches is long range. And
Actually, no.
no?
We've got at least a couple targets. Everybody's within 12 of a couple of targets.
Excellent. Okay, so not long range.
Yeah. So no long range, not extreme range. No fast targets. Nobody pivoted. We have -1 for target and light cover.
Okay.
No dense, no heavy, not point blank, not a large target, and no volley fire.
Excellent. So
4s are going to go to 5s.
5s. All right. So 6 dice, looking for 5s. And of course, that's to hit, and then we're going to check out the firepower after that. Oh, holy snap!
Well done.
Wow.
Excellent.
4 hits.
Wow. 3 6s, 2 3s, and a 1.
Lethality for a musket is 3+. Of course, I only get
Great,
1.
so a casualty's been done to the French Marines, which makes them take a reaction test. Their morale type is of type regular, even though they're in a sorry, their type as a unit is irregular, but their morale is listed as regular.
Correct.
So that essentially means you're looking for 4+ base, but hold on, we have some modifiers, right? So let's check your modifiers.
So unit has an officer within 6 inches.
No.
It's not. The only officer is out in the center with the regular infantry. Unit has at least 6 models. They might.
Yes.
They do. There's 10 in there to
So
start.
+1. Unit forms a firing line. No.
Not so much.
Unit of natives within terrain.
No.
No. Casualties inflicted by black powder at point blank, no. By a firing line, no. By artillery, no. Did at least 3 casualties, no. Unit taking the test has no line of sight, no. Unit reduced to a single model, no.
No.
So
you get a +1.
D6 minus or
D6 +1.
+1.
For having 6 models or
yes.
We will get a 7.
You are
+1 is a 7.
just fine. You're actually kind of excited.
We crossed through the river last time.
No, and we just learned that John's beer is skunky. So
Yes.
for the organizer, you did not have
Dice, not so much. So, you know, it all equals out in the end.
Roy's dice are skunky.
They're your dice. They're just in my hands.
No.
To be honest, I prefer skunky dice to beer.
Alright, next action is French Irregulars 1 action. French Irregulars 1 action.
the wall,
It's like they
jump the
want
wall.
like cover or something, I don't know.
Jump the wall.
No way, man.
Come on.
Of course, in addition to ignoring difficult terrain, scouts can also go over obstacles of man height or less at no movement cost.
The Marines are going to take a gamble then, and we are going to move 5 inches and close this range, and we'll just hope
Gamblers.
that we get a card
Gamblers.
before the British do.
We shall see. I
We're
sense
here.
some hot tomahawk action coming in. Alrighty, next card we have Indians 1 action. French Indians 1
Plenty
action.
of move for the entire unit, but I'm just going to stay in the woods.
Ah.
But get in.
Engines do like to hang out.
They do like to stay
get
in the
in
woods.
firing positions.
Firing position. Alrighty, Indians have moved. French regulars 2 actions. Woohoo!
Regulars 2 actions. All right. So I know like the Civil
Vive
War
la
songs. I
France,
do not,
vive la
unfortunately,
France.
know any French whistling tunes.
Anywho.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be whistling Les Mis. So there we go.
Hey, if Russell Crowe can do that, alright.
I did like the sets. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes. Sets are nice to look at.
Started off great and just kept on going strong.
Especially when there's a pair of them together. Sets are always good. Alrighty, next card. British regulars, 2 actions.
Oh my.
I thought they were just standing there looking pretty.
So did they.
They do look pretty. Tell us about the Tomahawk, actually.
I got this at Dickens Fair.
Okay.
When I was really drunk.
So you know it's authentic.
That I can vouch for.
And when I say drunk, I also bought a top hat at the same time. And wore the top hat and said Tomahawk.
Did you get steampunk goggles also?
No.
Unfortunately,
they were not selling the steampunk goggles at the Dickens Fair. What are you doing, Roy?
I'm trying to actually. It's probably better this way. I'm trying to get around. I'm going to go on the other side of the wall. Is what I'm
It is
doing.
a funny. Oh, like Grenadier, straight at him. British irregulars, 1 action.
I think we're going to see some melee over here.
Melee.
We'll do the easy one over here and shoot. Shots, modifiers, not long range. Now target is in light cover.
Your 4 goes to a 5.
1. Like last time, I hit 4 times, got 1 kill. Ugh, rolled a 5, 1 kill.
Reaction test. They do. So the Indians were 6 guys, but they just lost 1. However, they're Indians or natives fully within a terrain feature, so they get a +1 for Indians. Testing on the reaction chart, they need a high number.
It's 4.
+1 is a 4.
That is a recoil.
Mm-hmm.
So they will move 6 inches back, still facing the
All right, so John's Indians have recoiled through the woods, and we're going over to Roy's Rangers in the woods here, who are going to do what, Roy?
They're going to throw tomahawks, and charge in.
All right, so they're within 6 inches. And he needs to try to maximize both sides' models. He needs to maximize yours within his move and his. That aside, what will happen is you'll fight around to combat. If you stick around, then before you fight the next round of combat this turn, you would each get 1 move to maximize models.
Both sides.
Yes, both sides get it. Yes.
All right, so here's the situation. I've got 1 guy who can reach 1 guy right at 6, and then everybody else that I have can only hit one of these guys.
There's another guy over here.
Up closer on.
Oh, okay. So I can get him, and one guy on this guy.
Then that's what you get.
Okay.
For this round.
So
you can do up to 4 guys on a single guy, provided the bases can.
First things first is tomahawks.
Tomahawks. So 6 inches, they don't take a long range penalty, but however, they'll take the penalty for the cover, which is all they're going to have. And so it's -1, and your shooting's a 4+, so it'll be 5+ to hit, and then your firepower on a tomahawk is 4+.
All right, so everybody's within range of somebody at 6 inches.
Yeah. So, but the maximum you can do is kill 2, since that's all it's.
Tomahawk! 2 times.
Oops, and that's good.
Firepower is 4+.
Be full! Ooh, a 4 and a 5.
Ooh.
So 2 guys bite.
Please remove the 2 closest to you. Okay. Thank you very much.
No reaction test because it's tomahawk's thrown as part of an engagement or a melee. So go straight to wackadoodle here.
So now what's interesting is I've got, I'm pretty sure, just one guy who can make contact.
And move the rest as far as they can go, and you're gonna fight one guy on one guy. One guy's made contact with one guy, so you're both gonna get 1 dice. And so the first thing to do is the Ranger's aggressiveness is a
4+.
4+. The Marines is a 4+. So you're both looking for 4s to hit.
Miss. We both got 3s.
You guys are awesome. What this means is neither of them hit, so the end of combat, nobody's won because nobody's done casualties. Nobody owns a reaction test. So now you get another move, on starting with Roy and then John. Take your moves to maximize more. What you have is how many Marines are left. He's killed 3, which means there's 7 left. There's 7 Marines. None of the Rangers have taken casualties, so it's 7 dice for John. The French on 6 Rangers. You're both looking for 4s to hit. So for you, John, you've done 3 hits on Roy. Roy's done 4 hits on you. You're going to pick up 4 dice for the French. Roy's going to pick up 3 dice. And your defense is what? Probably a 4+.
A 4+.
4+.
I'm going to save with 50%, which makes sense.
So you save 2 and take 2.
Yes.
So Roy saves 1 and takes 2. So remove 2 models each. And because both sides have done 2 models on each other, it's a tie, which means you fight yet again. John, you're going to roll 5 dice. Roy, you're going to roll 4 dice. And we're going to do it all over again.
Yes, we are.
Lesson learned, close combat, extremely deadly, even more so when you tie.
You're still looking for 4s to hit.
Ooh.
Woohoo!
100%.
Quite happy with.
Yeah,
just
50%
to let you know
what you're expecting.
So 2 defense rolls for the French, looking for 4s, and 5 defense rolls for Roy, the British, looking for 4s.
Ugh.
Oh, I got a chance.
Lost them
Come
both.
on, boys. Come on, boys. Ooh, that's bad.
The French have done 4 casualties, which wipes out the unit. And the French take 2 casualties. And win.
Well done, well done.
2-inch consolidation, and the French Marines prevail in the woods, but at a high cost of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 models to 6 models killed.
It was an extremely high.
Let's flip the next card here. We got French regulars, 2 actions.
All right. 2 actions.
Move to the wall.
Click.
To the wall. All right, so 1 action to move, and then the second action to volley.
Let me help you out here.
Sure.
The firepower lights in action.
Boom.
So you get 8 guys, so it's 8 dice. So it's short. They're in the open.
Short.
They're a firing line, which doesn't matter because it's only a long range. So it's going to be straight up. Your shooting characteristic is a 5, but it's +1 for a firing line for a volley.
Yep.
And that's going to make it a 4+.
No.
So 3 hits. All right, so now your firepower is a 3+.
1, 3, 5. So 2.
So 2 casualties. Reaction test. So British Grenadiers being elite, if they roll a 1 on the dice, they get to re-roll it. But they're going to be 6 guys as a +1. Their officers within 6 inches is a +2. They form a firing line as a +3. And that's it. So +3, they rolled a 5. +3 is going to be just fine. Okay, so John finished his regular movement and did his shooting. So we're going to flip the next card. British regulars, 2 actions.
Boo. Boo. They're going to shoot at
Militia. So
Minus
+1 for firing line, -2 for the wall. It's going to be 6s to hit, and then it's going to be a 4+ to the firepower because it's a -1 because of the stone.
So looking for 6s.
So 2 hits and looking for a 4+ firepower.
Come on, boys. 0.
All right, no effect. Those are the British Highlanders and then the Grenadiers. Okay, so the British Grenadiers are going to charge the French regulars at the wall. Because they're at the wall, melee will be fought simultaneously.
Any modifiers for the wall?
That it makes it
It
simultaneous.
gives you a +1 to your defense. 6 Grenadiers and 5 regulars. Your aggressiveness as Grenadiers is a
3.
3+ to your French regulars are 4.
Unfortunately, a 4.
So you have 5 dice looking for 4s, John, on the French side, and then 6 dice looking for 3s on the British side.
Ooh, British.
So French results?
Mirrored.
5 for Roy and 1 for John. So Roy, you have 1 save on a 4+ as your defense?
Yes.
Okay.
I roll a 1.
1, which does a casualty. John, you have 5 saves
3 up.
on a 4, goes to a 3 up because you're behind the wall.
Yeah. So I lose 1 as well.
Nice.
Alright, another round of combat because you both did a single casualty, so remove a guy, which you both did already.
Do we
so
both maximize?
Now you both get a move to maximize, and you must maximize models.
Okay.
So the guys in the rear ranks are going to have to jump over the wall.
Yeah.
They're going to have to move as much as they can. So it's 2 inches to jump over the wall. Now you got, he's still at though, he had no movement to get over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys on 5. 8 dice on John's side looking for 4s, and 5 dice on Roy's side looking for 3s. Stab her neck!
Come on, boys!
Super buku mirror.
Okay. So you did 1 hit.
Yeah.
And then Roy, 2 were hits behind the wall and 2 were hits outside of the wall. So roll 2 looking for 3s and 2 looking for 4s.
Looking for 3, all saved.
And then 5, 6, right? And then Roy's looking for 1 save at a 4+.
Got it.
Saves. And no casualties means maximize that last guy. So Roy, you've got 2 guys that can fight guys that are not on the wall. So roll 2 dice looking for 3s. Okay, so that's 1 hit, and then roll 3 guys looking for 3s. And then John, you're looking for 4s across the board. 9 looking for 4s. So Roy, you have 4 saves looking for 4s. John, you have 1 save looking for a 4 and 2 saves looking for a 3.
Ouch.
I have 1 for 4 and 2 for 3s. Got it with the 6.
2 for 3s.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I lost 3 guys.
You lost 3 guys. So now we go to a reaction test for the Grenadiers. You're at 3 models or less, which means you're rolling a D3.
Yes.
And
He
because
does
you're
have
Grenadiers,
an officer within 6 inches.
oh, he does.
Yeah.
Even though he's in
You
the
are a
building.
+1. You are a +1.
Come on, boys!
There.
Woo! Rerolling
Roll
that
one.
one.
Rolling the 1.
And then reroll.
Woo! Come on, boys! Hang in there! Oh yeah, 5, which goes to a 3 plus 1 to a 4. No reaction. They hold the line.
All right, another round of combat.
Jeez Louise.
Maximize
He gets to
model.
come in. I've got 2 guys attacking, not over the wall,
2 guys on 3s.
and then another 3, but over the wall.
Okay. Okay, and then the French have
7, I believe.
7 guys
7,
looking
correct.
for
1, 2,
4s.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Looking for 4.
Miss.
I'm looking at 3 that are going to connect.
British have 3 looking for 4s.
Come on, boys, be strong.
Right there.
Not very strong.
British take 2 casualties. The French have 2 hits. 1 is saving on a 4,
Ah, sucker.
and 1 is saving on a 3.
Saves.
Saves and saves. So 2 more casualties for the British, who owe another reaction test.
And I have a single model now.
You have a single model now, so let's check the modifiers
Rolling
now.
out a D3. I have an officer.
So that's +1.
And then -1 for single figure. D3.
So you're a D3.
No modifier. I'm going somewhere.
Going somewhere.
Back in the house. On a 3 goes to a 2. Shall recoil. Back in the house.
Now, because you recoil from combat, he gets a free hack.
On a 4+,
On a 4+, you die.
He lives.
So he gets away. It actually costs him 2 inches to go in the door.
Then we'll go.
So he can't get that far. He has to go straight away from the enemy, actually. The way he came, kind of thing, yeah. Forward, boys. So that gives an action to the elite troops. So the British Grenadier, all by himself, gets an action. And the officer gets an action.
That he can pass to somebody within 6. Oh! Which he can do there.
Nice.
But not there. They will reload with his action. And this guy wants nothing to do with this. Run away!
French Indians, what action?
Are we even in this game at this point?
I'm the one with the dead unit. And he's asking if he's in the game.
No, it's for this particular unit.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
My experience with the Indians, which I actually love because they're beautiful models and I like the rule set and etc. But they recoil a lot, and I think we have evidence of that here. So 1, 2.
Indians don't like taking casualties.
I agree. Who does?
You're just gonna move them up.
We're gonna move them up again. Get ready to do this one more time.
French Indians moved up in the woods, 1 action, and we're going to random event number 1. So let's open up the table.
I'm not gonna lie, these are pretty fun. Like this is like one of the things. So in addition to a very streamlined rule set, I really enjoy the random events that take place in M&T.
So let's have the British roll the 10s and the French roll the 1. Random event 23.
Civilians are panicking.
Civilians are panicking. There's no civilians on the table, so it's not going to. French irregulars, 1 action. So the Canadian militia and the leftover Marines over the
And our militia is going to move 6. We'll head over to this door. Our regulars over. Can you position them 6 inches? Stay within the woods, but
5
6 inches.
inches.
Down
5 inches further down the woods, near the edge. We're going with French Indians, 1 action.
So we're going to take a shot.
So let's smoke them. A couple of cotton balls out there. So there's 5 Indians. You're going to shoot them at the Rangers or the Rangers?
Or the Rangers.
Yeah. So,
given the options, we're going to go for the Rangers. We're all within short, so that's not a problem. But you definitely are going to be in the light woods, which is
yeah. So -1.
Shooting is 4. -1 is going to go up to a 5, and we're going to have a single hit.
3+ firepower.
Can you finish him off?
Yes.
Grab that guy off the edge of the back there.
And the reaction
Very
test.
back. No, other side. Yeah. Morale is regular.
Okay.
There are
going to be
5 of them now.
There's 5 of them, and I think they're just going to be straight up.
5.
Rolls a 5. That makes them good. Last card for turn 1. Turn 1, French irregulars.
Shot over there.
So 3. So let's resolve that first. So 3 shots.
Within 12.
Within 12.
Compagnies Franchise de la Marine.
No modifiers.
Is shooting at 5 up.
Straight up roll.
5. Straight up roll.
Not a single one.
Okay, and then the Canadian militia
will charge in with Tomahawks.
against the British officer.
Yes.
So he is in the building, which gives him essentially heavy cover.
Ready,
Give him 3 guys since you
moving
can't
around.
get a guy in the corner, essentially. Throw your Tomahawks first.
Here you go.
Yeah, might whack him right there.
Yeah. So Tomahawks, you have 8 Tomahawks. You're a 4+ to shoot, so -2 for the building is going to make it a 6, and then your 4+ firepower goes to a 5+ firepower because he's in the building. So 6s and 5s.
5+ vitality.
5+.
No.
He lives for the moment.
So nothing there, and then melee.
Only 4 guys.
Summarizing turn one. Turn one summary. Excellent. We had some tomahawking in here. So we left off with the Canadian militia charging into the building here, killing the British officer with their tomahawks. We had the British Grenadiers engage the French regulars here in a great melee. British Grenadiers, there's one left. He recoiled back here. French were triumphant over there. The Rangers tomahawking in here with some French Marines. And 3 French Marines came out of that. The British Rangers didn't prevail, but they did some serious damage since there's only 3 left out of 10. Exchanging some shots over here between the Rangers and the Indians. And we're starting turn 2, and let's see what else happens here. So we reshuffled the deck, and we're ready to start with new activations. So first card comes up. We have French Irregulars, 1 action. What do you want to do over here, John? You can obviously reload your Marines. Is probably pretty.
We're gonna reload over there. And we'll take some shots over at the Scotsman over here.
Excellent. So
it's what, 2 per window?
2 per window here, and then it doesn't matter. They're just occupying the house.
Okay. We're
not going to worry about moving around. We'll just kind of flip over here. So you get 2, 4, 6 guys here. Looks like 6 of them are going to be at point blank. 2 of them shooting out of this building here or out of this window are going to be at not point blank. So 6 shots. You're going to be at a 4+ to start as your shooting characteristic. The 6 guys at point blank are going to be 3. So 6 dice at 3s, and then 2 dice at 4s.
Okay, so that'll be 3 hits, and then the next.
So you have 4 hits, looking for a 3+ firepower.
We're looking at 2 down.
2 down. So that's going to be a reaction test.
All right. No officer to speak of. He's been murdered in the building.
Yep.
We still have 6 models.
6 models, firing line.
Firing
so
line.
+2. No negatives.
+2. 3 goes
Well
to
done.
5. They will hold the line.
Alrighty, so that's the French Irregulars. We got to smoke the guys in the hut here. So we'll just chuck a black powder marker in here to make it easy. Great, next card we have French Indians, 1 action.
We'll pop a smoke again.
Woohoo!
Take some
5
shots.
Indians going to shoot the Rangers in the woods here. Going to be the -1 for the Rangers being in the woods. So you're going to be 4s going to 5s to hit.
We're looking at a single hit.
Wow.
A 3+ lethality.
5.
Got him. Hand me a guy, please, from the back.
Move a single guy from the back.
A reaction
There you go.
test. So for modifiers for reaction, no officer, not 6 models. What do we got? 4 of them?
4 guys
Firing
left.
line. Looks like a straight up roll.
Straight up roll.
A 3.
Recoil?
They count as regular morale. They will recoil 6 inches.
The next card's going to be British Irregulars, 1 action. Which is just the Rangers who are in the process of recoiling.
Yeah.
You want to reload them?
Yeah, we're going to reload.
And then the next card's going to be French Irregulars again. You want to reload your militia?
We'll take a shot over at those, and yeah, absolutely reload the guys in the house. Take
Reloaded.
3 pop shots.
Yep, still 12.
So
Ooh,
5.
a single.
3+ will kill somebody though.
You're closer.
Oh!
You're not gonna do it.
No result there.
Are you
and
reloaded the other guys? Oh wait.
In the
Yeah,
house.
I pulled it off. Random
Oh.
event.
Your choice. 10s or my 10s?
I'll go for 10s.
Okay.
36.
Sometimes even hardened veterans can lose their nerve. Randomly determine a unit on the table. Let's just start there.
Okay,
long.
so higher roll.
Yeah.
So is safe. Roll a dice there, John.
6.
6 and 3.
3.
So it's a French unit. We'll say 1. It's the officer. 2, 3.
Start over there. Start
Oh,
over there.
I forgot about them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll a dice.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the Canadian militia,
Ooh.
of course.
Then roll another d6.
6.
On a roll of 1 to 3, this unit immediately makes movement action to move as close as possible to the nearest enemy, engaging at melee if possible.
Could have been interesting.
On a result of 4 to 6, this unit immediately takes a movement action to move as far as possible. So you will move
out of the house.
You're out of the house.
So as
That
far
is
as possible.
interesting.
Yeah, you lose 2 inches moving out. You don't get to save that, so you're going to move 4 inches apparently. You're going to be out here on the road.
They're
Didn't like it at
uncomfortable with the dead body of the British officer there.
After you
He was looking
chopped off his ear and
British irregulars. It's the Rangers.
wow.
All right, next card. French irregulars, 1 action.
So we got a shot over there. That's easy.
3 shots.
3 models, same as always.
4s?
They shot last time. There's just no black.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
We forgot to mark them, so pull that off. They reload.
That's
However, the Canadian militia are reloaded. And
no, we're gonna go back in the house.
back in the house.
Yeah.
Back in the house. And your other guys reloaded. All right, let's go to French Indians. 1 action. You're gonna reload them.
Somebody's going to get a shot over here, though.
Indians.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. They're pulling stuff.
He reloaded. French regulars, 2 actions.
Ooh, this is good. For me, we're gonna shoot and reload with this unit right here.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
That's gonna be 10 shots. I believe.
5 plus regular. They're in a firing line. They got a 4 plus. For the volley, and then -1 for the light woods is going to be 5 plus.
Very nice. Very nice.
So
5.
10 guys on 5 plus.
Not so hot.
2 hits. Looking
Yes.
for a firepower of 3 plus. I'm
Yeah.
going to throw in the volley pack.
There you
Oh,
go.
both.
2 guys.
3 and a 6.
3 and a 6.
No,
Okay. So
thank you.
2 guys croak. Reaction test.
Isn't going to be pretty.
Now on a D3. And they only took 2 casualties though, but they're going to be D3, but they're going to be -1 for taking black powder casualties from a firing line. So net -1.
D3 -1. Nothing good can come from this.
Yep.
2 -1 is a 1. They have a regular morale.
It's going to be a flight.
Yes, it is.
All right, so they flight. They move 6
Right
inches
back
back,
where they
facing
were.
away from the enemy, and pick up a flight marker. French regulars.
Next regulars, pull smoke and move.
Pulling it off.
And move.
Okay.
Yes.
Forward boys. So he gets an action that he can pass off to unit within 6 inches if you'd like.
He'll pass it off to the regulars.
Okay.
I feel sorry for the Grenadier. But I guess we're gonna like
He's brewing tea.
just kidding.
Volley at the Grenadier.
Yeah.
4 guys.
Yeah.
4 guys at definitely under
Live
12.
Grenadier.
He is in the open, however, so it's going to be a straight up 4 plus because you're in a firing line. You're going to volley the whole.
Only a single one.
That's all you need.
Here.
Yes.
3 plus.
Live Grenadier.
Dead.
Die.
Grenadier dead.
So I am starting to approach my maximum count here.
Let's take a quick count.
Let's.
8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22 of 28. So 6 more casualties, and he achieves the 2/3, which means.
And
he
if it
wins.
goes to turn 3, a morale card will get shuffled in the deck.
Definitely for you, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we've added the British morale card into the deck. The discard pile. We're going with French irregulars, 1 action, which means the Canadian militia get to shoot. The French Marines over there get to
3 shots over in the woods. They're normally hitting on a 5-up. It's like a single hit.
single. We got firepower.
Oh.
Got one.
3 plus is a kill. So reaction test. 6, and he's going to be +2
Golden.
for firing line over 6 models.
Over here.
Canadian militia. So it's going to be the same as last time because nothing's moved. You moved out and moved back into the building. So you're going to fire at the Highlanders. You're going to get 6 guys at point blank, which will be 3s.
Could be bad, but the 1s and the 2s won't be.
5, looking for 3+.
Woo, baby.
So 4 guys, toast. Reaction test. You're at 4 guys, so you're not at a D3 yet, but let's see where you're at. You have taken 4 casualties, so you're going to be not a +1 for either firing line or models or officer. You're going to be -2 because you took more than 3 or more casualties from fire. So -2 on a D6.
Yep. 0. 2 minus 0. Or 2 minus 2 is 0.
2 minus 2 equals 0. Kaboom.
They will rout.
They rout, which means they are gone. So how many guys did that just kill?
I shall count them up. One
Let's
moment.
count it up. So we're checking victory conditions here. That's
Gotta be
10,
close.
11, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, plus 8 is 31.
2, 4, 6.
So the French have achieved victory by killing 31 British. They need a 28 to get 2/3.
Oh, yeah.
There's still 10 casualties. At this point, the French have won the game. All is good.
Vive la France!
Vive la France!
Well
Good game,
done,
sir.
well
Well
done,
done.
Roy.
You can cheers with your water. We will make fun of you until
sorry.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we will.
Yes, we will. Pussy. Anyways. Excellent. So quick summary here. We're through the deck. We'd actually added the Morale card. Things started to turn not in favor of the British here, but kapow! Kapow! No tomahawking. Very disappointed in your lack of bravery on the French side, but the Highlanders, apparently their kilts are great at catching ball rounds from muskets. The Rangers flighted away, took their share of casualties, and French, not too bad. They made use of the stone wall, and all is good. So thanks, guys, for playing, and sweet. I hope you join us next time on Game Time for Episode 4, whenever we figure out what game that's going to be. So see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.